two types of atrophy. Number one, testicular and pituitary atrophy. Anytime you are on testosterone, androgens, anabolic SARMs, whatever, you have testicular and you have pituitary. So by using small amounts for both the testicles and the pituitary, you can keep yourself in perfect, absolute perfect working order, endocrine speaking, all right? Yo, what's going on, guys? This is Spartan here, nutrition training and hormone expert and Prometheus Pro Bodybuilder. Guys, today we're going to be talking about the perfect PCT. We're going to be talking about recovery, number one, and number two, what to do when on testosterone, when on hormone replacement, or anabolics or SARMs. So guys, let's get started. Number one, guys, the perfect PCT. Now, guys, I want to say right off the bat, it is not ideal to let your natural endocrine system just kind of fail out and let your pituitary hormones and also your testicles completely shut down. That is something you don't want to ever do. That's completely old school caveman bodybuilding. There's much healthier and better ways, such as stuff the Prometheus clinic will do and other hormone replacement clinics. Guys, this is advanced medicine, so anything that has to do with PCT or letting yourself shut down and then trying to get your natural production back, don't do it. Old school caveman, take it, throw it in the garbage. Having said that, guys, if you do need to recover, this is the best way, hands down. Let's go. So number one, guys, recovery. Recovery, number one. What do we need to do? Well, if you do find yourself that you have shut down, number one, you're gonna need two things. You're gonna need HCG and GnRH, also known as GnRH acetate. It is absolutely crucial, guys, that wherever you get this from, that is 100% pharmaceutical grade, ideally from a pharmacy such as Prometheus HRT or any other hormone replacement clinic, just because they will add stabilizers into the HCG and GnRH that will keep it from deteriorating. Because otherwise, if you're getting this from peptide companies or different third-party places, they do not add stabilizing agents, and within a couple days, whatever you got will have deteriorated. Remember, guys, these are amino acid chains, HCG, GnRH, and the such. Anyways, having said that, guys, number one, this is what you're going to need to do. You're going to need to bring your hormone levels down to, we'll just say a regular TRT. So the baseline, right before you begin recovery, you'll need to be doing something either 200 milligrams of testosterone a week or less for a month, okay? Testosterone, 200 milligrams or less for a month, and then you can begin recovery. And this is just to ensure, guys, super crucial, but this is just to ensure that basically your estrogen levels are going to be low enough, and also your testosterone levels or androgen levels in the bloodstream will be low enough to basically trigger the pituitary gland. Guys, let's get started. So recovery, number one, having met those requirements, number one, HCG, again, pharmaceutical prescription grade HCG, 1,000 IUs twice per week. Think Monday, Thursday, you're gonna do that week one and week two. So a total of 14 days. Week one and week two, 1,000 IUs twice per week. And then weeks 3 and 4, the second half of the month, you're going to be doing GnRH, also known as GnRH, 100 micrograms twice per week. Now, guys, this is going to do absolute miracles. So the first thing you're doing is just by doing 1,000 IUs, pharmaceutical prescription grade twice a week through whatever hormone replacement clinic you decide to go to, unless things are legal to buy over the counter in your country. That's what you're going to do. 1,000 IUs twice per week for 2 weeks, week 1 and 2. And what that's going to do is basically wake your testicles up, send a signal, get those old diesel engines rolling again, because the testicles are an organ that needs to basically start chugging away, that takes time to basically get back up to 100%, because the testicles itself have atrophied. Having said that, weeks 1 and 2, then weeks 3 and 4, the last 2 weeks of the month, you're going to use GnRH, GnRH, 100 micrograms twice per week, again, a Monday and a Thursday. Now, what this is going to do is it's going to basically pop your pituitary gland into resetting, restarting, and also completely erase, guys, any pituitary atrophy that might have occurred over whatever length of your testosterone hormone anabolic SARM usage that has occurred in the past. So super important. You're gonna do that twice per week, weeks 3 and 4, okay? And this is optional. Optional, you can add on, you don't have to do this, but you can if you want to. You can add HCG 250 IUs twice per week during this course. You can add that right in. Now guys, why am I recommending either an optional low dose HCG or no HCG during weeks 3 and 4? Now guys, this is super interesting, and I don't want to leave you guys just hanging with what to do with not explaining why. Everybody needs to know why. It's important to know this for yourself. So anyways, the reason you're going to do this is because HCG mimics LH and FSH, and strictly scientifically speaking, it mimics LH much closer than FSH. Okay, so we'll just say 80% LH, 20% FSH, but it mimics much closer LH. So having said that, what HCG is going to do, your brain is going to sense thinking that it's producing its own LH slightly, and then it's also going to raise your estrogen levels. HCG raises estrogen levels. This is just medically, physiologically known. So the thing is that HCG is great for getting the testicles up and going and keeping the testicles and those endocrine organs going, pumping at their max. But in terms of basically reversing pituitary atrophy and resetting the pituitary, not so good. You don't want that in there so much. So weeks 1 and 2, again, HCG 1000 IUs twice per week gets the testicles going. You're gonna do that for 2 weeks. Testicles will already be somewhat active, somewhat responsive. They don't have to be 100% by the time you add in GnRH, but it's just to ensure that you're going to have some testicular response when you add GnRH or GnRH in. So then weeks 3 and 4, last 2 weeks, 100 micrograms twice per week. And what's going to happen is it's going to basically pop the pituitary right back. Immediately after that first injection, you will be producing your own LH and FSH to stimulate the testicles, both testosterone and sperm production. After about the first week, levels should be decently high. And during the second week, you're just doing the second week, the fourth week, you're also doing that week just to make sure 100% that pituitary atrophy has been reversed. Again, it's optional to add HCG in. You can add 250 IUs twice per week. Just if you feel like it's completely optional. You don't need to, but if it makes you feel better to know that you're going to be having at least a little bit of testosterone production, you can do that, not necessary. Having said that, guys, let's move into while on testosterone, HRT, TRT, anabolic SARMs, androgens, whatever you're doing, while you are on, while these things are in your system, while these androgens are in your system or SARMs. This is super important so that you never get to this phase to begin with. You can keep, if you do this correctly, guys, and this is what the most advanced hormone clinics are doing, the best endocrinologists are doing this. This is what my personal doctors are doing for me, my protocol, and everyone else that comes into Prometheus HRT. This is the best bet across the board. Having said that, let's talk about this advanced medicine. So number one, guys, again, we talked about 2 types of atrophy. All right, there's 2 types of atrophy. Number one, testicular and pituitary atrophy. Anytime you are on testosterone, androgens, anabolic SARMs, whatever, you have testicular, and you have pituitary. So by using small amounts for both the testicles and the pituitary, you can keep yourself in perfect, absolute perfect working order, endocrine speaking. All right, so anyways, while on anything, HCG 250 IUs to 500 IUs twice per week. GnRH or GnRH, 500 micrograms twice per week. And guys, that's pretty much it. The reason you have a range here, 250 to 500 twice per week, for me, I back down usually to 250 just so that I can keep my estrogen levels a little lower and not have to use any aromatase inhibitor or anastrozole or anything, because that has, we can get into the effects in a different video, but it has a lot of kind of unwanted negative effects. You're better off, guys, just using your testosterone, your HCG, your GnRH, and that's it. So guys, that's pretty much it. This is the perfect PCT, what to do for recovery, what to do while on. Again, guys, run all these things by your doctor or hormone replacement clinic. But again, with both of these protocols, you are addressing testicular atrophy and also pituitary atrophy and function. Guys, that's pretty much it. Perfect PCT, Seth Spartan, and we are out of here.